The man had a grotesque hobby. He loved to capture young women, turn them into lifeless little dolls, and arrange them neatly around his dining table, as though they were his eternal dinner companions. To him, this was not cruelty, but a twisted way of granting them eternal youth. When he captured this particular girl, he was more excited than usual. She intrigued him. He rushed to show her the dolls he had painstakingly collected over the years, waiting eagerly for her fear to appear. That was his favorite part, watching the terror in his victim's eyes just before death. But this time, something felt wrong. The girl before him was not ordinary prey. Hunters of the highest caliber often wear the mask of prey, and he had just fallen into that trap. The girl slowly curved her lips into a strange, chilling smile, the kind of smile that could freeze the air around her. She leaned forward ever so slightly and whispered that they should play dust. At that moment, the man realized he was staring into the eyes of someone far darker than himself. It was Wednesday, the girl who rarely, if ever, smiled. The girl whose presence was like a cold shadow in a sunlit room. The one who made people uneasy simply by existing. And now she had returned. 3 years had passed since Wednesday's story first shocked the world. The second season had finally arrived, and almost instantly, reviews shot up to an impressive 8.3, higher than the first season's ratings. The real question was whether it could sustain that number or even surpass it. That answer could only come after watching the whole season unfold. From the time she was a child, Wednesday Addams had never been like other kids. While most children spent their summer vacations sightseeing, relaxing, or enjoying lighthearted activities to warm their hearts, Wednesday sharpened her skills in psychic visions. This summer was no different. This time, her target was one of America's most infamous and elusive serial killers, a man known only as the Skinner. To track him, she needed an item he had left behind at one of his crime scenes. That, however, was not a challenge. She had her companion, the disembodied but loyal hand known as Thing. With Thing's help, she successfully retrieved a bowling ball touched by the killer. The moment she touched it, her psychic visions surged. They revealed the truth. The killer was hiding in Kansas City. Without hesitation, she packed her bags and headed for the airport. But trouble awaited her there. As she passed through airport security, the machine screamed in alarm. Officers grew suspicious. If she had been anyone else, an adult perhaps, they would have dragged her away on the spot, suspecting terrorism. The scan revealed a severed hand inside her backpack. Calm as ever, Wednesday explained it away with a lie. She was traveling to attend a junior embalming conference, and the hand was merely a model. The guards exchanged uneasy glances. It was a bizarre explanation, but her childlike demeanor bought her enough credibility to pass. Eventually, Wednesday found herself face to face with the Skinner. She waited for the right moment, then drew a taser and lunged. But just as she struck, her psychic ability overwhelmed her. Uncontrolled visions stormed through her mind, draining her energy until she collapsed, unconscious. When she woke, she was no longer free. She was seated upright at a dining table. After her adventure, summer ends, and the Addams family takes Wednesday back to Nevermore Academy. Her younger brother, Pugsley, is also enrolling. At age 4, Pugsley is already a handful. He once blew up the family car with an RPG, costing him an eye. Pugsley has a rare electrical power, but struggles with his aim. Under Wednesday's pressure, his aim improves, but he ends up breaking a warning sign. The family's unique brand of eccentricity is on full display. Meanwhile, a private investigator is secretly documenting 2 people in the woods. He doesn't notice the raven perched on a branch watching him. Suddenly, a flock of ravens descends, shattering his car's windshield. Terrified, he calls his employer, but the birds kill him before he can reveal the location of the evidence. The Addams family arrives at Nevermore Academy, a boarding school for outcasts with special abilities. Wednesday's mother asks her to look after Pugsley, a task Wednesday has a very unique way of handling. Having saved the school in the first season, Wednesday is now a local celebrity, but she hates the attention, preferring to be feared. A siren student helps her escape the crowd, and she heads to her dorm room. Her werewolf roommate, Enid, is thrilled to see her and has prepared a dark-themed gift. In return, Wednesday gives Enid a doll with real human hair. While in a storage closet, Wednesday is attacked, and her psychic powers activate, but she can't find the attacker. The new school headmaster, who knew Wednesday's parents from their time at the school, invites Wednesday's mother to be the chair of the fundraising committee. She also prepares a special pink cottage for her, a sight Wednesday and her mother find horrifying. Wednesday realizes her mother intends to stay and watch over her. Wednesday walks into the woods and finds the scene where the private investigator was killed. Police are already there, and the detective's eyes have been gouged out by ravens. Sheriff Santiago recognizes Wednesday and promises to be better than his predecessor. Wednesday notices a suspicious man in the crowd, who turns out to be Sheriff Galpin, the father of the monster from the last season. The private investigator had called him before he died. Galpin invites Wednesday to help him investigate, but she prefers to work alone. Back in her room, Wednesday receives a painting of a raven on a tombstone. She realizes someone has been in her room and stolen the manuscript for her novel. A note left in its place says the manuscript will be burned at the bonfire party tonight, forcing her to attend. At the party, Wednesday is injured by a sharp blade hidden in a note in her pocket. She eventually finds her manuscript on top of a pile of logs. Just as she's about to retrieve it, the bonfire is lit. She manages to escape the flames, but then the headmaster announces that Wednesday has been named an honorary student. A banner of her and her friends saving the school is revealed. Wednesday is enraged, especially seeing herself smiling in the painting. She takes the microphone and gives a speech, telling everyone that she is not a hero and will not be put on a pedestal. She then burns the banner and walks away. Enid, confused and upset, follows her. In the commotion, no one notices that Pugsley has disappeared. He'd been told that if he put his ear to a skull tree, he'd hear a ticking sound. He finds the tree, and his electricity powers accidentally awaken a zombie beneath it. Far from being scared, he is excited. As Enid catches up to Wednesday, she touches her shoulder, and Wednesday's psychic powers activate. Wednesday finds herself in a space surrounded by ravens. One of them, holding a flower, is on a tombstone. The tombstone bears Enid's name, and Wednesday foresees her friend dying because of her. The vision causes her eyes to bleed and her body to convulse, a sign that her powers are dangerously overexerted and that she will need a long time to recover.